Greetings, family. Once again, welcome back. It's your boy Javian Lorenz Moore, a senior music major, vocal performance emphasis from Stone Mountain, Georgia, currently attending the Morehouse College. Today, we have a very specific discussion that concerns distinction between two things. But before we get into that, let me introduce my guest, my boy, my Glee brother, B. Nathaniel Orlu, currently a sophomore music major at Morehouse College. How you doing, my boy?
I'm doing great and I'm happy to be here.
Great, great. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, man.
My name is B. Nathaniel Orlu. Like he said, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, proud graduate from Cass Technical High School. Um, I came to Morehouse College looking to do my dream, which is always to sing. And I met JV in there, who is our president of Morehouse College. We've been building a bond of not just for the now, but the legacy of the future for the Morehouse College Glee Club and for Morehouse itself. And just a little about me.
I bet. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. So, the topic today is leadership. Leadership. A very important topic because there is a difference between a leader and a boss. You know, a boss is going to sit down in a chair and tell you what to do, but a leader is going to tell you what to do while doing what he told you what to do. Um, so that being said, how would you say you came across the difference between the two?
From a young age, I was always put into leadership. Um, but the way I learned how to difference between a leader and someone that just micromanages everything is that I had to learn how to lean on other people and had to learn how to take other people's ideas and put those in consideration with my ideas because I have to remember that I'm not always right and I can be wrong. And so the difference between a leader and what we were saying, a boss, a leader will make sure that his is okay and making sure that he's always listening and learning quick and creative while the boss is just he's leaning but at the same time if you mess up that's on you and he won't try to help support that. It'll just be like you're quickly fired and keep it moving forward.
Hmm. Quickly fire, keep it moving forward. You're right about that, brother. So, um, I know that you said, obviously, and let me tell you a little bit about B Nate. He's also the PR manager of the Morehouse College Glee Club. He was with us virtually last year, and we kind of saw his personality through the virtual boxes, and coming to being in person and on campus. Obviously, that's nothing but an expanded amount of his personality being broadcasted. Obviously, because we have more access to him being in person. That being said, he was also in a leadership position in high school. Can you tell them a little bit about that as well?
So as a freshman coming into Cass Technical High School, which is a renowned high school around the world, go CT, I became the freshman tenor. I was a freshman tenor, sophomore section leader. I mean, a freshman sophomore section leader for a group which had mostly juniors. And then as I got into my sophomore year, I became the vice president, then the president, and ran the um, cast technical choir for the next 3 years. And that just helped me build and bring my leadership up to Morehouse College Glee Club. And I'm just learning and happy to learn too.
Great, great, great. So, being in that leadership position, since we both presidents, basically for real, being in that leadership position, how did you determine who you wanted to be in what position and how to lead based off of personality? Or did you lead based off of personality?
Well, I had to learn that friends are good to have in leadership positions, but at the same time, if you know that your friend won't get the job done, you have to look at other different places. And even though I wanted a lot of my friends to hold positions because we all came up inside of the choir together, I knew that if it came down to it, would the job get done, or they would just simply just chill out and the job won't get done. So after just watching how people moved and tendencies of how they reacted when it came to the choir and everything. I had to do what's best for the choir because previously we just had a conversation and we talked about how, as a president or even someone in uh, a head position, you have to learn how to do what's best. And if what's best is not having certain people inside of positions, then that's what's best. You have to learn how to put your emotions to the side and just do the business of the choir or the glee club or even any position or organization.
Exactly, bro. And similar to you, like literally, when I was like the president, I already told the people that was in my class, I was like, yo, everybody coming up, everybody gonna be in position. But I had to look at it. I was like, okay, I want everybody to be in a position, but everybody isn't showing up to practice. Everybody isn't showing the characteristics that I'm looking for or that are required to uphold the standards of the Morehouse College Glee Club. So that being said, obviously those decisions had to be made as well, um, on my part. Recognizing, okay, that's my boy, but is my boy gonna do what he's supposed to do? And that's the difference between somebody having a position and not having a position. Because just like you said, it's good to have friends, but at the end of the day, when you're running an organization, when you're the president or a leader of the organization, you have to put the organization standards first over all personal emotions or how you feel about um, wanting your boy to be in a position or wanting your friend to be in a position.
Yeah.
It's about it's about the upper mobility of the organization. So, so have you ever came to a point throughout your leadership experiences where you had to um, remove someone from a specific position, and if so, how did you go about that?
Um, yes. It only happened once, and I think it set a prime example for the other people to like get back in gear. Um, well, it happened in high school. We had to Our treasurer wasn't really doing their job, because we were trying to get some just some shirts, just to have some nice shirts. Each person have a different name on the back of them, and the person just became not a part of the rehearsal. They tend to stop coming. They wanted to do other things, which is cool, but you made a commitment. You signed a contract. You say you were going to be here, and they failed to do their job. So I put them on probation, and I just kept it between the officers and everything, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to let the outside world knows what's going in the inside. And they failed the probation, until where I simply told them in our meeting that they were removed from their position, and I gave it to someone else. And that person did the job that was meant to do, and we just kept moving forward. That person was a good friend of mine as well, but simply, like I said before, it's not me. It's just business. Sometimes, like, I have to do what's best for the organization and the things that I'm a part of. And if simply you're not the person to do it, then we just have to keep moving without you.
Literally, if you're not a person to do it, just can't do it. But the bus got to keep rolling. Things got to keep moving. Everything has to stay in motion. You can't stop moving just based off the simple fact that an individual may not feel like doing something that they signed up to do.
Hey, let's check out this park. cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jermaine Dolly, Mr. Hello Dolly himself. And guess what? You're tuned in to Tea and Worship with my homies, Mignon and Corey. Keep it locked, y'all.
Hey y'all, it's Candy West, and you're watching Tea and Worship with Mignon and Corey.
It's your boy James Fortune, and you are watching my favorite news show, Tea and Worship, with my sis Mignon and Corey.
Fast forwarding to now, how would you say you implement the things that you just discussed from high school as far as being a president to being in leadership positions on campus, not only in the Glee Club, but I know you're in other leadership positions as well. Can you talk about some of those?
Well, I have my own community organization called Black Determined Minds, where I am the president and founder of that. And simply, it's based in Detroit. I've been trying to work towards getting it here in Atlanta so we can have two areas. But the ways I've been trying to bring it here since I was college is not speak about it, but show it. So not I always have to say something, but show people by examples of the way I'm moving, and just telling and just say like move in secrecy, and just like trying to bring more of my brothers to the top, but not have to be flashy in different types of way and everything. So me and my friend Gregory, we like try to get in contact with different types of young people and everything. Just have like a simple conversation with them, and just conversate with them and tell them like we are here for them. They can talk to us. They can have conversations with us. They can do whatever, and we just be the outlet that a lot of people don't have. Even goes back to where we went to the high school and we talked about the Morehouse College Glee Club. I still have some of those young people from the high school just call me on the regular and just ask to have a regular conversation, because a lot of people just need outlets just to talk and everything. So I try to bring a lot of those leader positions and to my own personal characteristics, because sometimes a lot of people just need someone to show them an example so they can move forward with their own lives. And I try to be a positive example. And I'm still working on myself too, because I have my own tendencies that I need to work on. But hey, if someone looks up to me, I try to do the best.
Thanks. I think the positive thing about, or the important thing about being a leader is realizing that your work is never done. And that's as far as life in general. If you feel like you're done living, if you feel like you're done learning, then you're done living. If you feel like you're
Yeah.
um, done growing, then you're done living. Like there's no point of you continuing to do something, remaining stagnant without any sense of growth, because then practicing. You're just practicing the same thing that you've already done, doing the same thing over and over again, and expecting a different result. That's insanity. So that's what you would be practicing if you don't grow. So how would you say that? You already said that when you're leading, you don't talk about it; you just show with your actions. So how would you say the results have been thus far as showing your actions or showing your leadership through your actions, rather than just speaking about leadership?
Well, by me doing this, it made me build a little bit more connections with a lot of people because they see what I do and try to figure out how to copy that and put it in their own format of themselves. Because I always tell people, don't try to be like me, be better than me, because I'm still a work in progress, like I said before. So those people will see me and see how I move, and it will bring them to. It'll bring them closer towards me, and want to learn how to do these certain things, learn how to make their own organization, learn how to like even make money or even do different types of things, learn how to get in contact with these nonprofits or even internships that I be working with and everything. So they see that, and it brings them closer towards me. And all I try to do is just open my wings up and just cover them, so they know that this is a safe environment and everything. And it just keeps the ball rolling, because it's reach one, teach one. That's, you always have to remember that too as well. Reach one, teach one, so it can keep going.
Mm. Reach one, teach one. It's interesting. So, what would you say was the biggest influence or impact as far as you being a leader and wanting to lead by your actions, or wanting to be that person that makes a difference in an organization or any type of entity that you see you can make a difference in? Is it a person, or would you say it's a
Um,
specific?
it's it's people. Oh, it's my community. Let's say that it's my community. I'm, like I said before in the beginning, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Um, Recently I googled that, and we are the poorest city inside of the United States of America. Um, and a lot of people, when they hear the name Detroit, or you talk about Detroit, they're scared to their minds. Where I even had a conversation with a lady when I was walking into McDonald's, and she was like, "Oh, you're such a nice young man. Where are you from?" And I said, "Detroit." And she got scared herself. And she said, "How do you live, or how do you survive there?" And I just want to, I'm trying to be a good leader, and it keeps me going because I want to change the narrative of Detroit. I want to show that positive things come out of Detroit, not just music, which I am in, but it come with great leadership, great skills, great attributes come out of Detroit. And it's not always with the gang banging or the trap music and everything, the murder rates. It just, I want to be a positive role model to young people that can look up to me and be like, hey, he made it out the same situations that I've been in. He went through a little bit of poverty. He did. I mean, he's seen drugs and everything, and if he can do it, why can I? Why can I do it?
Mm. So you say your community pushed you to be the leader that you wanted to see.
Yes.
Definitely. That's amazing. That's great, bro. That's a beautiful thing, because um, just like you mentioned, everybody doesn't come from the same area, and I feel like that's a huge assumption that is very misleading. When people think of leaders, sometimes they think of somebody that has everything together, uh, somebody that always is on top of their game,
True.
or doesn't doesn't need sleep. Like, they think, when people think of leaders, sometimes they think of superheroes, to be dramatic. But honestly,
Yeah.
um, often the humanity of the leader is forgotten. So I appreciate you diving into the fact that, you know, we are human. Leaders are human, which is something that has to continuously be considered. But at the same time, we understand the position that we have. So that means
True.
taking things that may seem minuscule to other people serious, because we know that it's not minuscule, because we know that every little detail matters. Literally, how you speak to someone matters. How you interact with an individual that just came into your organization matters. Um, the time that people see you a part of that organization matters as well. Because just like we've seen, or just like we know, when you don't spend a specific amount of time around a certain amount of people that are in your organization, or if you don't spend a certain amount of time speaking to the people a part of your organization, they began to question who is in power. You know, they began to question, okay, I know he holds this position, but this person is demonstrating the things that his position is supposed to demonstrate better than he is, and he's not even in the position. So that being said, bro, um, did you ever feel like did you ever feel like your position in any capacity has ever been threatened?
Um. No. And I say no because simply, um, like even going into the leadership position, I always say that I'm no better than you. I am on the same level as you. You probably can read better than me, and I probably can do math better than you, but that doesn't make you know better than me, and me know better than you. Always say that, like, even every time I step up into a new position, because I want the members or even anyone that's our part of like an e-board or a cabinet to understand that the level of respect, you shouldn't, it should be on the same level. I shouldn't have to talk to you or try to talk down on you because you don't hold a position. And I think having those qualities and having those conversations with people and everything, um, it built a bridge of connection with them to where they didn't have to feel like, I mean, they didn't have to like come at my throat or anything with my position or whatever I was holding. They just had, hey, if they saw something that they felt like they didn't like, they'll just come to me on the side and be like, hey, can we have a conversation? And we will move forward with that and we'll keep pushing forward. But it was never, I think we need a new president, or I think he needs to step down, or you're always going to have those side comments where people feel like things could have went a different way, but you know, majority rule sometimes, and you have to do what's best. But other than that, no, I never had those issues.
Why do you think these men don't want to get married?
It really depends on an individual's why we're getting married. A lot of the things that make a man good are kind of intangible. And his credit score shouldn't be the metric for what makes him good.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Today, we're going to be making some southern fried okra. I know you guys probably saying, ooh, I don't like okra, it's too slimy or whatever. But I'm going to tell you, the way we're going to deep fry this thing, you're not going to taste any slime. Let's go.
That's good. I feel like something that's important for leaders to keep in mind, if they do come across that problem of feeling threatened that their position is going to be taken, or feeling threatened that people in the organization are like, dang, we got to remove them, we got to get them out of here. I feel like something for those leaders to keep in mind is the fact that the organization that you're a leader of isn't about you, you know? And I feel like that selflessness is literally going to be the thing that drives that leader into being a great leader. It can be the make or break of the leader, either being selfish or selfless. And that selflessness is going to be seen by the people of that organization. When they see that, they'll understand, okay, this leader actually cares about the organization rather than having the title. Because there are leaders that just care about the title or just do something for clout. And we see that on Morehouse campus. We see that in society. We see that everywhere where
Yeah, we
people
do.
get in positions, don't do the things that the positions require, but are always on social media or are always in people's faces showboating this specific position. So I feel like selflessness is selflessness and humbleness uh, is a huge requirement to be a great leader.
Yes.
And I'm just curious, have you ever been in a position or under someone where it feels like all they do is tell you, well, I'm the head of it, so this is what's going on? And if so, how did you address that?
I think everyone has every great leader, because even me, I had those. I mean, I had those moments where it was sometimes where I had to pull rank and be like, "Hey, this is what's going on, and we need this to get done." Now, it doesn't feel good to pull rank. It doesn't feel good at all, because in your mindset, you have to think, once I do this, how is the reaction of others going to come back towards me? And so, and I have been under people where they have pulled rank and have done absolutely nothing with it, and it has fallen apart, and they have been removed, and we had the ball rolling, but it's like going through it is worse than uh going through it is worse than it being yourself. I would say that,
Mm-hmm.
because when you're going through it, you're not just thinking about staying. Like, you have those moments of, this is my leader and this is how he treats things. So then you question like your own type of loyalty toward an organization or everything. Yeah, you question your loyalty to an organization or anything of that sort. But at the same time, it's like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why am I trying to go through this process and everything? Why am I really just trying to sit and keep going and keep going and going when I have someone that just doesn't care, that doesn't want to do anything? Versus you're pulling the rank, and it's like, hey, these reactions, I'm praying to God these reactions are good, because they could easily work against me and I could be gone. So it's like I personally feel that going through it is just it's worse, because you trying to put your whole heart into something, and if a leader just doesn't care towards towards your goal or the vision that y'all have set up, it just breaks your heart. It makes you want to cry. It makes you want to give up.
Definitely, definitely. And I think at the same time, it's important to see that as a leader, when you pull rank, just like you said, you have to be mindful of the reaction of the people, and to the person that you pull rank upon, because you may have said something having a completely different idea of what the result is going to be, but then
Yeah.
because of everyone else that heard what you may have said, or because you may have done something in a group of people rather than one-on-one, everyone else is hearing what's going on. So that's just everybody's ears, and they're like, ooh, 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 what he say? He said this. So they just want to continue to talk about and speak on things that they think they have knowledge on, when in reality it's just ignorance. So that ignorant fuel of fire of the individual that you may have addressed, but in reality, that wasn't even what you was trying to do. So that can create
Lack of
turmoil as well. So that's
communication.
what facts. That can create turmoil as well. So I feel like for leaders, like, those kind of being had important, um to know the time and the place. There's a time and place for everything. You can address certain things one on one, and you can address certain things in person, and vice versa. It's the same thing. There's certain things that you can't address in person because of reactions such as the ones I just referred to. Um, so yeah, that's being a leader is a tricky thing, man. It's very tricky. It's continuous growth, and I'm gonna say it once again: if you're a leader in a position you feel like you don't have anything else to learn, then you need to reevaluate why you're in that position. For real, for sure. Brother, have anything else you would like to add? Or have you said everything that you would like to say?
I would like to say thank you for inviting me here. Thank you for letting me like speak. Um, these platforms really allow other people to hear how different things and strategize on new ways of how they can do and bring to their own organization. Because I learned a little something about myself, even just talking about myself is crazy. Um, and yeah, and also come watch our virtual concert or our concert at Morehouse College Glee Club. I am the PR manager, so hey,
All
come
right.
watch our concert.
Still
Thank
doing the
you.
job. I see it. That's what's up, bro. Appreciate you for coming, brother. Appreciate you once again. Taking the time to be on the show, speak on the topic that I think we both have great knowledge on. Different yet similar perspectives. So knowledge definitely was gained from this conversation. So I appreciate you once again, my boy B Nate. See you in a little bit for sure.
All right,
Family,
see you.
today we learned that leadership is more than just telling an individual what to do. It's putting forth the action that demonstrates exactly what you instructed. A leader can literally implement the things that he suggested an individual to do in his actions. But a dictator or a boss can only give instructions without putting actions behind those instructions. What you want to be is up to you, but just know a leader will have the best and greatest impact on the people that he is leading. Thank you so much for your time and have a great rest of your day, family. I love you.